I'm Lisa. Today it's about financial freedom and purpose.
Indeed it is, Lisa. Mariano Nandin Jr. on travel entrepreneurship and Brad Hayes on empowering families through finance.
Two voices, one goal, opportunity for all.
Let's get encouraged.
The biggest challenge, I think, is just staying in the fight during tough times.
The biggest thing is being able to see people see their dreams come true.
With our company, truly goes by what they say in that there's no amount of money you can dream of that we won't pay you if you earn it. You know, when we talk about $1 million bonuses, we've done that. If you want to earn $100,000 in 200 days, you can do that.
I think the biggest thing that people run into is the fear of maybe rejection and just asking, and you have that fear of individuals just, I can't buy a home, I'm never going to look into it. And that's the worst thing you can possibly do.
Hey guys, welcome to the Be Encouraged show, a voice, Colorado's voice for growth and good, and I'm Frank.
I'm Lisa.
Yes, she is, and today's show is, in between her fluffing people's beards, is sponsored by The Hive. The Hive connects purpose-driven visionaries with the service providers who can help you bring your ideas to life. Whether you're building a business or looking to help someone else chase a big dream, The Hive is here to help you find the right connections. Visit thehive.vision to learn more. We left you a flyer, so you guys take that with you.
Thanks.
Right on.
So today we're joined by two entrepreneurs who are helping people create more freedom, whether it's through travel, business, or financial empowerment.
Woo! Wow. Can you say that twice fast? Evidently not, right? I'm with you. Let's hold on here, okay? Cut that out. Here we go.
You're
All
flipping
right.
the script.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I flipping too soon?
Yes.
Oh, my word. Oh.
Imagine that.
All right. Imagine that. Hey, guys, let's start here. What, Mariano, since you are a host today, what is the biggest challenge that you've overcome in your journey so far?
The biggest challenge, I think it's just staying in the fight during tough times. Because just like, for instance, when we had the COVID time period, but one of the things I love about the industry that I'm in, and with the travel industry, is that it's recession proof. It's just that, during the pandemic, people were still traveling, just weren't traveling the same way or as much because of the restrictions. And something like a little bit, is happening right now with the government shutdown and people, watching their money and stuff like that. But, the other thing I'm going to tell you is that, the travel industry is like $11 trillion worldwide. Okay.
Yeah.
So it can't be the biggest or next to the biggest industry in the world with people staying at home. So the challenge is coming as finding those people that are traveling and driving them to, my business. But that's the biggest one that I'm.
Is that been sustained throughout?
Yeah,
that being the biggest challenge for
That's
you?
been the challenge, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Reaching that group that's traveling to make sure they understand that I can help them do it for less, so they can do more of it.
Right on. How about you, Brad? What so far? What's been your biggest challenge in business, my friend?
I think our some of the big challenges we run into is different things going on with the economy. We've had a lot of trials and tribulations over the years. One of the big ones was, we had our crash back in 7, 8, 9. We had to kind of restart. I got into mortgages back in 2005, so I got to go through that, go through the hardships, go through the struggles, watch a lot of the people around me struggle, but at the same time now, coming back out of it many years later, it gives me a different adaptiveness to be able to help out clients in all different acts of life. Not everybody is extremely successful and makes a couple $100,000 a year.
Right.
A lot of people are trying to figure it out, trying to budget, trying to build credit, trying to learn what they can do for the future. So a tremendous part of what I do is try to bring in my own trials and tribulations that I've gone through in my life and express to other people that you're not alone. People go through this all the time, and it's perseverance that gets you through it, and we just continue forward.
We were able to talk about that this morning.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So now, before you go into that with him, I want, because he's been in, did you hear that he's been in mortgage since 2005? This is his 20th year anniversary, right?
I took some time off for a while. When the industry crashed, I got into some different things. I was I was in Southern California during that time, and I went to 4 or 5 different companies, and you'd move to a company, they'd go out of business. You'd move to another one, they'd go out of business.
wow.
So there was a point where I'm like, hey, we still need to pay bills. We're going to pull back out and get into something else for a minute and let this
Yeah.
settle down. So I'm about 17 years in, give or take now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're in Southern California. Where are you?
Huntington Beach, Orange County.
Nice.
Yeah. My brother-in-law lived there. He used to hang out at the beach.
Yeah,
Years ago.
it's nice. It's a little bit harder to obtain a home ownership out there when
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
things are about triple the cost. But
I got my bride from there, though.
Yeah.
From San Luis Obispo. So,
oh yeah, beautiful
Yeah,
area.
so-
Know it very well.
Yeah, their big pricing caused her to leave. So thank you, California.
Yes.
Right. So. Hey, Mariano, you've been helping people travel. You've helped me. And build business opportunities for nearly 20 years now, ex-Air Force guy as well. So what first inspired you to turn travel into both a business and a way to serve other people?
It was really pretty simple. I didn't have to sell it because everybody already is familiar with travel, and it's something that they already do, right? I did start out in another industry prior to that. Again, it was in communications. But after that company got taken away from us, and I heard about the travel industry, I was sold just because the fact that it was a travel industry. I knew that everybody knew about it already. I didn't have to teach them how to go online to get it because Expedia, quite frankly, had already done that.
Yeah.
They just needed a better platform in which to do it. And so that's, what really made the transition easy because, as much as I like selling, I don't like to sell.
Right. Yes.
What I want to do is I want to try to provide people help to do it for less so they can do more of it. That's really the bottom line.
Yeah.
There's other opportunities like you were mentioning in the business. So I think the thing that I love about the company that I'm with, which is a Surge 65, is that we provide hope to people that are, like, especially right now in this time period, people that are looking for another way to make money or looking for a side gig of some kind or whatever, or people that just want to travel for less and take advantage of the tools that we've got. We're okay with all of that, because it's when you're with us, you build a business however you want. And that's another thing that excited me about the company is that it wasn't like you have to do this and this and this and all these quotas and constraints and whatever else.
Right.
I mean, there are some things that you have to do to earn certain bonuses and stuff, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But as far as the business, you can build it with customers, or you can build a team, or you can just use it as a tool. So
Wow.
a lot of flexibility there.
That's awesome. Lisa?
So, Brad, you've been in the industry with lending and helping people find homes, all the things for over a decade. What keeps you passionate about that? Like, what keeps you going every day?
The biggest thing is being able to see people see their dreams come true. You have people that have bought and sold many homes, and that's great. But you also have people that have families that have rented for many years, have struggled to kind of find that foundation to be able to build from and have a household that they can live in for years and not have rent get raised or the owner decide to sell and they have to figure out another place to live. So being able to build that foundation for families. I have a family I helped about 8 or 9 years ago probably now. Never thought they'd be able to purchase, got them into a program utilizing a local down payment assistance program. They were able to buy that first house. They lived in it about 5-6 years. They were able to sell, take that equity and put it into the next house right before COVID had hit, and both of their kids had to move home, and then they had 4 bedrooms. They had 2 bedrooms for their kids to come home to.
Awesome.
And before that, they were living in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom apartment off and on for about 10 or 15 years. So giving people the hope that the ability is still out there and you can plan for your financial future, invest in your own future, and give them that dream, it's huge. And it comes with good and bad. Sometimes we have to give people bad news, but we get them the track and the ability to be able to gain and move forward on that and figure out how to budget, build their credit, and get to that point in the future to at least still give them that path forward, whether it's not right now or a year from now.
Awesome. So you do educational classes?
All kinds, yeah.
Great.
So credit classes,
Awesome.
teaching, budgeting, different things like
Yeah.
that, whatever we can do to kind of help people get on track.
Oh,
Wow.
good to know.
It is good to know. Wow, such a needed space, right? Brad, financing homes can be unpredictable. I'm sure you never found that, right? But especially in today's market, what's been one of the biggest challenges you faced as a loan officer, and how have you stayed grounded, man, in the midst of this up and down and all around? I mean,
It's been interesting.
Yeah.
So challenges, absolutely. We have constant challenges with things, whether it's economic, whether it's programs, or just diversification and kind of what options are out there for people. During COVID, we had a time where, with the uncertainty that was happening, some of the down payment assistance programs just went away. And we no longer had those affordable housing programs to be able to offer and help people to be able to, continue forward and give them the assistance that they needed. So it's really flexibility. One of the biggest things is something that I have learned myself is budgeting, being safe in what I'm doing with my life, because with the highs and lows, you can have great months. You can have months that you struggle, and you realize you need to live well within your means. And I take that same aspect to my clients, that when I'm going through their budget and looking at things, I have to have a very soft conversation of, hey, let's take things back, let's re-budget. You need to live within your means also if you want to be able to plan to buy a house.
What a novel idea. Huh?
Yeah. hard to absorb and hard to also learn yourself at any time. Sometimes you want the shiny thing, you know?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Wow.
So Mariano, you're next. Ready for this?
Sure.
All right. So starting your travel business and helping others obviously is no small task. I see you working very hard. What obstacles have you faced in building Surge 365, and how do you keep people believing in the opportunity?
Okay, so I think the biggest challenge I have is helping people understand that it's as simple as I say it is. Because there's really not a lot to it. You just offer the services, or recruit people, or recruit customers. They get discounts, you get paid. And when when the thing that's interesting about that is that again, because of the simplicity of our model, there's a big, roadblock in people's minds that it can't be that simple. It can't be that easy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Because the guys that created this company were in the industry, the network marketing industry. And so when they created this company they were in the financial world. They were like with A.L. Williams for a long time, and they built some huge organizations. And so back in the day, back in the late 1990s, early 2000s, when they started this company, and travel was becoming more available online, they knew they wanted to keep it simple because they were going to be having the regular person, if you will, or I don't want to say average American, because we don't know what average is, right?
No.
But just regular people getting involved in an industry, and they want to make it simple for them to do that. And they knew that a lot of them weren't salesmen or salespeople, didn't have that background or whatnot. Even if they did, that was great, but it wasn't. They didn't want to make that a requirement. They just wanted to show people there was just a better way to do it. And so that's the biggest challenge that I've got is making sure people understand it really is that simple. And you do the work, you get paid. So what a concept, right? And I think the other thing that because of our compensation plan, and we just modified it here recently, which makes it really unbelievable, and it takes an hour to talk about that. But the point I'm trying to make here is that with our company truly goes by what they say, in that there's no amount of money you can dream of that we won't pay you if you earn it. Okay.
Yeah.
When we talk about $1 million bonuses, we've done that. If you want to earn $100,000 in 200 days, you can do that. You got to do the work, right? But what our company says they'll do, they've done it. They've done it more than once. So what that allows people to understand is that if one person can do it, anybody can do it if they put their mind to it and they work hard. So the other thing is that again, helping people decide what part of the business they want to do, because we have so many options, right? And but it's the thing that I love about it though is that whatever you're comfortable doing, we're comfortable letting you do it. It's not like you have to do this and you have to. No, we're going to show you the tools. We're going to give you the background. We're going to give you all the classes, all the information. Go forth and conquer.
So help our audience understand the difference between you and other different companies that they do have to work hard to get their stuff.
Well, and so when I say not working hard, obviously, if you want to excel in any, anything,
Right.
you got to work hard,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But the kind of work that we're talking about is just explaining and kind of talking to people like I'm talking to you right now, right?
Right.
You share it with people that that travel, whether they travel one night a year or they travel multiple times. We can still help them save money just on that one night overnight stay. Or if they do big time, then we can help them do that. And the other part about this is that we're global, so our Vortex, which is the site that you guys are familiar with,
Yeah.
where people get the discount travel, it's available worldwide. You can convert it into different languages and different currencies. So anybody that's got access to the internet can use our tool. And so that's another challenge that we've got, is to make sure people understand that this tool can be used anywhere in the world as long as they've got access to the internet.
That's great.
To help people save money, regardless of what they're doing, wherever they're doing it.
Yeah.
And so that's another challenge, is having them, think big rather than just think small or with blinders on, right? That, well, there's nobody traveling. Well, when was the last time you went to DIA or Denver, or the big airport
Yeah.
when you saw it empty?
Exactly.
And there's the thing is that funny about that is there's still people that think that.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you hear again with the noise now that we've got with the government shutdown, people aren't traveling because, well, no, they are. How many people did we talk to this morning at our meeting that just came back from vacation or whatever?
Right.
And I personally know people in the family that have just traveled. So it's, again, that mindset about getting them to understand that, first of all, it's simple. As we say that it is. You don't want to make it harder. You just have to implement the tools and the information that we have.
Do you put in all the hard work as far as finding the details if they want to be downtown in a certain city, overseas?
I do help people with their travel, but that's why we've got tools, to help those, because really our platforms are really designed for the do-it-yourselfers, right?
Okay, so it's like advanced settings. They can
Yeah.
say, find me this near the beach, downtown, or whatever.
They can do that. And then the other thing that's kind of cool about our services is that if you're not wanting to do that, we have chat features that include AI if you want to go that route, or there's a person at the other end that you can chat and talk to and say, I'm looking for this, that, and the other for, and then they will do the research for you and then come back and let you know what they found. So
Yeah.
there's assistance that way too.
Oh, awesome.
Wow. Yeah, I have great follow-up questions. Those were, Mariano. I promise you, we'll talk to you again. But we're intrigued.
Yeah.
Right. So
Keep going down that path.
one of the things I love about your space is that you also help nonprofits raise funds through travel. Can you share a story about how turning vacations into donations has made a big impact?
Yeah, and I've got a great one. I'm glad you asked that question because, see, that's another way that we can build our business. If you're in that lane where you like to help nonprofits or even organizations save on their travel budget, our tool can help you do that. So here's a real quick story. There's a church back east from one of our team members has been working with them for over a year or so to look at this platform that we've got, because they're always. I've never met a nonprofit yet that says, no thanks, I've got all the money I need.
Right.
It's just a matter of whether this model works for or not.
Yeah.
So he'd been talking to them about it and said, look, we've got this tool, we can help you raise money for this pantry that we're trying to create for the congregation, for the community. And this place of food, if you will, is going to be available for everybody to just come in and get whatever they want. So they're actually funding it with this tool. And so how they're doing that is they're having all the congregation sign up on the Vortex that's owned by the organization of the church. And every time somebody uses the Vortex and saves money, that money goes to the organization.
Wow.
So let's say, for example, somebody goes to a Holiday Inn and saves $50 for a one-night stay. That $50 goes to the organization. Let's say they go on a cruise and save $1,200 through our tools. Then the organization gets $1,200. So the bottom line is that whatever people save, 100% of that goes to the nonprofit. So here's the real big thing. There's no limit to the number of Vortex customers that church can have. So even if they've only got 1,000 members in their community, right? That doesn't mean they can't tell their uncles and their friends and their family to help, support the cause, right? And most folks like to support the cause, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But they also like to save money, and that's one of the benefits of our tool. We're going to save you money, and you're going to be supporting a good cause, whatever that is. So they just launched it about a month ago. And so everybody's bought in, and now it's going to take a little bit of time to get the word out so that people start using it.
Yeah.
And then we'll have some reports here pretty
Oh,
quickly.
this is new?
Well, no, this church is new.
No, this church is.
Yes, this is a good new example.
It's a live example.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
And
great.
so, but the thing is that this tool can be used to, like I said, help a company that's got a travel budget to make their dollar go get a bigger bang for the buck they're already going to spend. Getting their employees to sign up with a Vortex account that's tied to the company, and so you can see how that travel budget's going to go further. And the company can use the rewards to do whatever they want to with it. With the monies and the points and stuff that come with it.
Wow.
Huge.
Yeah.
Isn't that huge?
I mean, sports teams, the booster clubs from high schools,
A lot of athletics.
a lot of
right?
athletics or
Yeah.
any kind of organization. The college organizations and the fraternities, sororities. Anybody that's looking for a way to raise money
Yeah.
it's from people doing things they're already doing. They're just not supporting the cause.
Yes, exactly.
You're going to get the same travel vendors.
Yeah.
The same. If it's available online, we have access to it. And so it still is.
It's almost too good to be true.
I know.
Well, you see, but the thing
That's the problem.
That's what people say.
That's what people say, right?
Yeah.
But it's really that straightforward, and that's how it works. So, you just got to jump in the water and get after it.
Yeah.
So,
Enjoy.
Wow.
did I answer your question?
It did. It did. Yeah. What a great social impact
Oh,
that
yeah.
makes in community by doing that type of work. Brad, you've helped countless clients find homes here in Colorado. I mean, countless. I can't count how many you've done, So
It's
what
a big
impact have you seen home ownership make in families and communities?
Stability, the ability to be able to build wealth over time. Home ownership is one of the biggest vehicles to be able to build wealth throughout your life and look towards the capability of having that dream retirement that you hope for. And you have other investment vehicles, you have 401ks, you have things like that that you can invest in. But just the same, investing in your own housing, where you have to have a place to live no matter what, either way.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at consistent appreciation over the last 20, 30 years, not just look in the last 5, 10 years that have been exponential, but look at the longer picture of it all. There's still that consistency in home prices going up, that value going up while you're paying it down. So giving yourself that capability to be able to have that future, knowing you have the stability of the home that you're in,
Yes.
and be able to plan towards a retirement. Because at the same time, some of the aspects that people don't think about with a home loan and with purchasing a home, you get into that house, you have that stability, you have the community around you because you're now in that community, you're a part of it, you're going to get to know your neighbors more than moving every year or two, and you're going to come into a point later on down the line, if you've been in there 15, 20, 30 years and your home is paid off, let's say you get into a standpoint to where you do want to be able to retire and not work anymore, you can even do a reverse mortgage.
Yes.
And have the capability for your home to allow you to sustain that same livelihood and live in your own property and be able to supplement the actual ability to not have to still move again.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of aspects there that you can't really get with just a regular retirement account. And to also have that ability to be able to kind of build that community and foundation around you where you're not moving every 2 years. It's hard. And in the military, in our world and where we're at here, there's a lot of moving. So the military families know for a fact too, when you have that stability and that foundation, it can help tremendously for the long term.
Were you in the military?
I was not, no. Have
All
family
three of
members
us
that
are
were
Air
there. Yeah.
Force
Yes.
people.
Yes.
Have multiple
We
family
did
members
that.
that are, and
Yeah.
Done that.
all
Got the
different fields.
T-shirt. Yeah. So, Brad, for someone feeling overwhelmed about finances or starting their first home journey, what's one simple mind shift or first step that they can take?
Really just asking the questions. I think the biggest thing that people run into is the fear of maybe rejection and just asking. And you have that fear of individuals just, I can't buy a home, I'm never going to look into it. And that's the worst thing you can possibly do. I would say half of the people that I talk to that believe they cannot buy a home can buy a home, whether it's within a month or within a year, whether we have to help them get on a budget, continue to save, or they just don't know what programs are out there.
Yeah.
I have clients where you get into a position where I don't have 20% down. I'll never be able to get into a home, and I just don't want to open up the conversation. You get into a friendly conversation with them, talk about the different options that are out there. There's Chaffa. Chaffa offers down payment assistance. They have $1,000 minimum investment required. And in a buyer's market like we're in now, where you have sellers coming in and needing to get rid of their home and it's sitting on the market for 90, 120 days, they're willing to provide those sellers concessions to be able to allow you to pay your closing costs from them helping you, and you literally can buy that home for as little as $1,000 out of pocket. It's a
bad.
lot more obtainable than people think it is.
Yeah.
And
They just
it's
don't know
just fear.
what they don't know.
It's fear and
Yeah.
rejection, and the whole thing is, you know what? We all have to start somewhere.
Yes.
You know, if you never start, you could rent for 50 years, and you're still in the same spot you were 50 years ago.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
if you actually take that step, get out of your comfort zone a little bit, talk to somebody like myself that can help you kind of figure out that plan and that budget, then you can see that dream come true.
It's
And
not
that's
shame
huge.
involved in
No,
that. is
not
what-
at all.
Yeah, there's
Shouldn't
a
be.
lot. There should. There
Shouldn't
is
be.
You don't know
stuff.
what you don't know.
I know there's
But
a
you
lot of
don't know,
people that
yeah.
feel shame because they don't think they qualify,
Yeah.
etc. Whenever money becomes a conversation,
Mhm.
there's a lot of psychological stuff that
Yeah,
goes
there is.
Yes.
into that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Yeah,
people
there
are
is.
throwing their rent money away. Like my daughter, she's in her 20s in Dallas, and I'm like, I think it's time for you to start figuring out your credit and start building momentum to get into buying a condo or something, because it's a
I can
lot
help
of
her out
money.
there. I'm licensed in Texas.
Oh, are you? Okay, well, good to know.
So I throw that in for free.
Yeah.
Just put a little plug. Put a little plug.
But she does need to start like working
It's
on the
ju-
credit, and
it's
because she's
just-
like too
yeah.
overwhelmed, and I'm like, no, sweetheart, you got to do one step at a
So
time.
even with credit, there's so much that is not understood very well by
Yeah.
just the general public of how to build credit, how to build a credit score like that.
Yes.
And it's having a conversation, and that's a ton of what I do is just give people the right advice on building credit, because so much of what they know is just assumed, and it's bad advice.
Yeah.
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 Are you from Texas?
I'm not. No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No.
You just chose to get.
No, licensed Texas, Florida, Georgia, and just a
Oh,
few
okay.
states where
Look
we
at
have people
you.
coming and going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
awesome.
not? Right.
So Mariano, it's your
That's
turn.
my turn.
For
You took
someone,
mine. It's
that's
not
because you
your-
took mine before that. You didn't notice that?
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I did it on
took-
the.
oh,
You did.
okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's Lisa's turn.
Mariano,
We're gonna get
he has a
that.
hard time sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Okay. For someone dreaming of more freedom through travel or entrepreneurship, what encouragement would you give them to start today?
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, right? Take a look.
Before you book or buy.
On the entrepreneur side.
Quit taking his tagline.
Yeah, you know, that's the first step. You know,
Yes.
But yeah, when you take a look, though, you need to be open-minded about it,
Yeah.
and understand that, again, what we're going to tell you is the truth. And even though it sounds like it's, you know, a selling presentation or whatever, it is a selling presentation, if you will, but it's more of information to make you understand how it works. And even though it may sound too good to be true, this is actually, you know, true. I mean, you know, the reason we do that is because our founder, Christian man, you know, God rest his soul, he's not with us anymore. He just passed us this last year. But one of his mottos was, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we live by that. So regardless of what you think about our presentation, everything that we say in it is for real.
Yeah.
It's true. You know, we obviously make a statement that we don't guarantee anybody's going to make any money, because that's all on them, right?
Right.
We don't know their work ethic. We don't know who their network is.
Yeah.
We don't know, you know, their ability to reach or talk or whatever. But the point we're trying to make here, though, is that the opportunity is there if you embrace it. And you have lots of choices about how you go about doing that. You know, if you want to make $500, an extra $500 a month, we can show you how to do that. If you want to make an extra $10,000 a month, we can show you how to do that too.
Yeah.
So it just all depends on where they're at and what they want to accomplish, or what their goal is, or what their threshold is, or whatever you want to label it. But the bottom line is that they need to take a look first to see if this model is good for them. Because we know it can work for them. It's just a matter of not, can they make it work for them?
You're right.
Right.
You know, we know that.
Yeah.
You know, there's too many examples of it working for other people. So why not work it? We'll make it work for you.
Yeah.
And we're there to help people along the way with whatever assistance they need. We've got podcasts and training videos and everything everybody needs. All the tools that are there. It's just a matter of them, drinking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I'll also share with you is that what I love about our company is that all our top leaders, and regardless of whose team they're on, are willing to help anybody that's asking for help.
That's awesome.
And that's not true in a lot of other companies.
Right.
If you're not part of the organization, so to speak, or part of the team, they're not going to talk to you. But
Yeah.
ours are not like that. And I can reach out to talk and to the lady that's made the most money in network marketing right now if I wanted to.
It's awesome.
And her story is incredible. She started out doing this business living in her car.
Wow.
And she actually got the money to start the business from the founders. And now she's the highest money maker in our company. She lives in Costa Rica. She owns an island.
Wow.
I mean, she'd retired her grandma.
Just an island.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this lady, and she's a real, big philanthropist, needs to say. But, it's just a work ethic that she had, And
Yeah.
so, again, that's obviously an extreme example, but it's a real example,
Yep.
There's a lot of people that don't make anything with our business because they're not applying themselves. And there's some that are making,
And that's any business.
yeah, a few hundred, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just whatever you want to do, it's available. You just got to figure out how the best way is to do that.
Well, and at VetNet this morning, Frank shared about being consistent.
Being consistent, absolutely.
Right? And I'm
Sure.
sure you show the steps to be consistently
Absolutely.
doing this will give you this.
Yeah, exactly. And so, it's just like gathering customers. There's no limit for any of us to have. If you're not conducive or interested in sharing it with other people as far as the business goes, if you're not inclined to do that or recruit
Probably
people,
not going to work for you.
Yeah.
no. But here's the cool thing about it though, is if you like gathering customers or sharing with people how we can save them time and money on their travel, and just gather customers, you can be your own Expedia.
Yeah.
Because you stop and think about that. If you have, say, 100 customers that are using the Vortex and save $50 on that one trip, 50 times 100 is what? 5,000, right? There's no limit to the number of customers you can have. So if you have 10,000 customers, and they can be anywhere in the world, and they save $50 one trip, now we're talking serious taco money, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that,
With salsa.
exactly, yeah. And from wherever you want it, right?
Yes.
So, but that's the simplicity of it, and so that's what we want people to understand is, take a look, and then if you have any questions, we're going to answer them, and if you want to get started right now, so that kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Love it. So, Frank, my key takeaways is Mariano with his travel, and you're giving a dream to people who
Yeah.
need to make extra income,
Extra
whether it's
hope, yeah.
full-time, part-time, and it sounds so simple and all the tools, but you have a huge heart that you're sharing, at least in this community. We all know you. I've known you for many, many
You're
years.
famous.
And you are famous. I mean, I
Right
consider
way.
you the godfather of
Infamous.
VetNet.
He is the godfather of VetNet.
Yes. And Brad, I just love what you're doing. The educational piece alone, I'm excited for my daughter now. I got to connect her to you. And, parents especially, they have younger adult
Yep.
children who need to know what you know, and just that you have a heart to give them the resources and the tools, because that is life-changing. You are changing people's lives, because
Yep.
rent is a waste of money.
100% of it goes away. It's the 100% interest rate.
Exactly.
Yeah, my takeaway from both of you guys today is that, what really moves me is your longevity in your spaces. I mean,
Yeah.
how long because people don't stay, man. I tell you,
Yeah.
they don't. I mean, when you have
Yeah.
those kind of business, no matter how simplified you make it,
Yeah.
they move on and et cetera. They don't even have an expectation that they're going to be able to be. So you've stayed, And you know, before you book a buy, notice how quickly we can say
Yes,
that.
we know it. Take a look before you book or buy.
Yeah, and Brad, you as well, man. 17 years in the business and etc. You know, there has to be something about this business that calls to you, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Being able to help people and help themselves. You're helping people learn to help themselves to grow and
Right.
give their families the ability to grow.
Yeah.
And a legacy.
Yeah.
A huge.
And a lot of people don't care,
No.
Yeah.
right? You got to have a deep
it's-
terror inside.
And
to-
it's not every conversation is going to turn into somebody buying a house. And that's the
Absolutely.
hardest thing I think
Yeah.
that loan officers and people in my field run into is everything is not a sale. You can't force somebody to buy a home.
Yeah.
You have to be able to provide them that ability to see how they can make that dream come true.
Yeah.
And, you know, in all honesty, probably 30-40% of the people I talk to can buy right away.
Yeah.
The other 60% or more are just working towards it in the next few years of their life, but
Yeah.
you're still giving them the same time of
But
day.
you know how to play the long game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
all
and
about
it's
the long
being
game.
there to be supported.
Building relationships,
Yep.
education, all the things.
Absolutely.
I love
That's
that.
right.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah, indeed. You know, with that as a follow-up, Brad, I want you to look at that camera right there, my friend, and Lisa's going to take you out, my friend, with this as well. Look at that camera. I want you to tell us a little more about your company, what you do, and how people can reach you. But first of all, you need to give an incredible, quick word of encouragement to the world.
Believe in yourself. So I'm with NFM Lending. Our whole goal is to be able to provide the ability for anybody to take advantage of the ability to try to buy a home. Whether you're able to, whether you have $1,000 in your bank account and you're trying to figure out solutions, whether your credit is bad because you had a bankruptcy, there's still hope to be had out there to be able to build and strive towards actually establishing yourself and giving your family and your future just a better perspective and be able to know that there's more out there. So what we do is we try to be able to help anybody and everybody, no matter what step of the process you're in, whether you have good or bad credit, whether you have a budget or not. We'll take you from A to B and we'll be able to get you there. And it doesn't matter if it's a year and a half from now that you're going to buy a house. We're still there to support you through every question, every nuance along the way.
Along the way, thank you, Brad.
How do they reach you?
My cell phone number is 719-551-0782. And you're welcome just to Google my name, Brad Hayes with NFM Lending. You will find me online as well. Anywhere Google is accessible to you. So
Thank you, Brad.
Thanks,
All right, Mariano, it's your turn, sir. Look at the camera and encourage the world.
So why not get paid for something that you're already doing? Or do it so you can do it for less, right? Do more of it.
Right.
So what I would tell you is just don't be scared. You know, be open-minded. Realize that there's opportunities available to you right now, regardless of where you are in your life or where you are in the world. So, you know, the thing is that with our company, which is Surge 365, we've been around for a long time. The company actually started about 20 years ago. And the thing is, we're here to stay, you know, and we're here to provide people hope. And if you're one of those persons that's looking for another opportunity or looking for some additional income, regardless of how much that is or how much time you have in your hand, you really need to come and, you know, give me a call and let me know if I can help you. My website that I would like to share with you for if you want to use the Vortex to save you time and money, 9 times out of 10, is arewethereyetco.com. So it's the words "Are we there yet?" and then CO for Colorado.com. And my cell number is 719-210-0013. And yeah, let me help you.
Yeah,
Awesome.
what was that number again, Brad?
719-551-0782.
0782.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
We're sponsored by Brandon Kurt from Planet Duck.
Yes, he's the owner of Planet Duct, and he has the largest vacuums, strongest vacuums. And what is his slogan again, Frank?
Yeah, they're stronger than the vacuum of space. And Brandon and his family, with his 3 children, are just incredible. I know them personally.
Me
We've
too.
had a great opportunity to know them. He's a great family man. 25 years been married to, what is his wife's name? Kava?
Gaba. And she's a beautiful artist, and yes, they have an amazing farm as well. But he loves the Colorado Springs. His give back throughout all local businesses in town is amazing, and we sure do appreciate him in town.
And one last thing, you know, many of you didn't know this, but Brandon has mentored many small business people in this community.
Yes.
His give back to our community is exceptional. So they really are.
Stronger than the vacuum of space.
Look up Planet Duck.
So that's it for today's Be Encouraged. Be sure to follow us, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook, and join us on the conversation of all the encouragement at beencouraged.net.
Indeed. Guys, just remember, when you're thinking about encouragement, you're thinking about Lisa. Yes?
And Frank.
Yes. More, Lisa. Yeah, because our show is real talk, real growth, real Colorado.
Stay encouraged.